So in a previous video, I had discussed the upcoming John Cena movie that he had filmed for Warner Brothers Discovery, doing the Wile E. Coyote versus ACME, sort of a live action / cartoon Looney Tunes movie, similar to Space Jam or Who Framed Roger Rabbit, for example. And this movie was basically finished. This was something that John Cena had already filmed at least his parts for. I believe all the live action was done. I don't know how far into development the animation was, but they decided to just scrap it all together. The animation department got a new head of animation. He came in and basically said, you know what, we're just not going to go forward with that movie. They spent like $75 million on it to get it produced, and then the movie was just shelved instead of going forward with finishing it and doing, the marketing budget and just throwing more money at it. They're just going to put it on the shelf and call it a loss and never see the light of day. Of course, that was the case up until today, where news has come out now that Warner Brothers Discovery has received significant backlash on this decision to shelve the John Cena movie, and are now looking to possibly shop it around to potential people that want to go ahead and put this movie out, like a Netflix or somebody else other than Warner Brothers Discovery. For more information on this, let's go ahead and check out with my man Andre in this clip from Black Nerd Comedy.
So a few years ago, Warner Brothers announced that they were going to be making a live-action animation hybrid movie called Coyote versus ACME. Plus, this movie was going to have... So this seemed like a surefire win. This is coming out. And then we just found out recently that they were shelving the movie, even though the movie is pretty much complete, even though they spent $70 million some on making it, they were going to shelve the entire movie so they can get a tax write-off. That's why they call it show business, not show art, kid. Needless to say, this was starting to become a pattern at Warner Brothers of if they didn't want to release certain things, they could just shelve it, get a tax write-off, but all the people that worked on that are now having a project that never sees the light of day. But something about this one got people upset. And I'm not just talking about the general public upset. We get upset at everything all the time. That's just how the internet works. But I'm talking about the industry itself got yes. This is all hearsay stuff, but according to some of the articles, there's also been reports that actors and directors canceled meetings with Warner Brothers as a result of this. People are going to start to worry, if I make a movie with you or make a TV show with you, even if it's done, there is the possibility that you will not release it. So of course, that's going to make people a little more hesitant to want to work with you if they have a feeling that they're going to be the next project that's going to happen to. Now, the latest reports that they're reversing course. Warner Brothers actually pulled a Sonic and was like, you know what? We was playing. Get that thing off a shelf. We don't even know how this thing even got on the shelf. We gonna release it. What are you talking about? I mean, we gonna get somebody else to pay for it to release it, but it's coming out. They are gonna release it, but they're looking for someone else to be the main distributor of it. So they're looking at Prime Video, Apple, Netflix. Why did Coyote versus ACME of all things was the one? Well, I think the timing had a lot to do with it. This report started coming out less than 24 hours after the SAG-AFTRA strike ended. The writers, the actors striking against Hollywood, and one of the first things you want to do as a corporation that you were already having fights with, one of the things y'all worked on, we just gonna shelve. I'm not saying that people would have been upset at any time that this happened, but I just feel like having it happen right at that moment was probably what made people go like, what?
So right after the writer's strike is not exactly the best time to come out and just decide that you want to shelve an entire project that so many people worked on, put their blood, sweat, and tears behind. So instead of facing and they were running into situations where actors were possibly not wanting to sign or work with Warner Brothers going forward because they don't know if they sign on that dotted line that their movie's ever even going to see the light of day, because this would be now the second time that Warner Brothers Discovery has done this. Now, this isn't anything new. Movie companies, movie studios have done this before, recorded, filmed entire movies and then just put them on the shelf for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't turn out the way that they did. They do this a lot with scripts too, more so with scripts. They'll buy a script to a movie and then they'll just throw it on the shelf and it will never see the light of day. The writer got paid. But that movie will never, ever exist because the writer got paid for it, so he can't take it anywhere else, and the studio's just not going to make it. So there it sits, collecting dust. These are the types of things that happen. But again, as Andre said, that you can't just come out and do this right after an actor's strike. Everybody's looking to get back to work. Everybody's looking to get moving. The last thing the studios want to do is start pissing off the actors right out the gate or giving them any reason to not want to work with them anymore. And, look, with John Cena as the main actor in this, and James Gunn produced it, by the way. James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy James Gunn, the head of the DC Universe James Gunn. So this is, most likely a project that will make money. I don't see why they saw it as something that was going to be a bomb for them. Maybe they should put Captain Marvel in it and then it would bomb. But no, I think this is going to be a huge success for them. But they're going to decide to just pass it off to somebody else instead. I think, look, James Gunn's a very creative guy. He's a smart guy. He puts his name on good shit. The Suicide Squad, good shit. I'm a pretty big fan. Guardians of the Galaxy, good shit. The things that James Gunn produces turn out pretty well for the most part. The Peacemaker show, and John Cena's proven himself in Hollywood as well. So this is not a reflection on the quality of the movie, at least as far as I know. I mean, fuck, maybe people did watch it and it did suck. And they're like, you know what? This is horrible. We can't show this to the public. That was supposedly what happened with the Batgirl movie. The Batgirl was just that bad that they were like, no, we can't show this to people. It'll ruin our company. I don't think that was the case with this movie, but it is possible. Now, I've heard conflicting reports. Andre here says the movie was done. But in that previous clip that the last time that I talked about this from the John Campea show, John Campea said as far as he's aware, it was only the principal photography, like all the live action stuff. And now it's all like back end studio work. So whether it's done or it still has work to be done, sounds like it is done if they're looking to sell it at this point. They're not looking for somebody to pick up the tab to finish producing it. So they must have a finished product ready to go. And they're just looking for a distributor now. This will most likely end up on streaming, unfortunately. Look, in my opinion, depending on the quality of the movie. Now, we don't know. Like I said, it could be a bomb. But in my opinion, this has a potential to be something that could do okay in theaters. But this will most likely land on streaming. But it does sound like, according to the new reports that are coming out, that Warner Brothers Discovery heard significant backlash, and this John Cena movie is on its way out. So it turns out that you can see John Cena. Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.